All right, so get this. We're diving into some seriously mind-bending AI today.
Oh, yeah.
You know how we're always struggling to find like that one specific moment in a video, like that game-winning shot or that hilarious blooper.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so imagine an AI that could not only pinpoint that exact moment, but also like understand what's happening. Even in a video that's hours long.
Whoa.
That's the kind of power we're talking about with Qwen2.5-VL.
Okay.
It's a brand new vision language model that's making waves in the AI world.
Yeah, what's really fascinating about Qwen2.5-VL is that it's tackling some of those like long-standing limitations in how AI understands the world.
Right.
You know, it's not just about recognizing a cat in a picture anymore.
Right.
It's about understanding the nuances of like what's happening in a really complex scene, connecting that visual information with the context of language.
So it's like teaching a computer to watch a movie and actually get it.
Yeah.
The plot, the emotions, the whole shebang.
Right.
But how does it do that? The report mentions this intriguing sandwich cookie analogy.
Oh, yeah.
What's that all about?
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
Most vision language models today are like the middle layer of a sandwich cookie. They're fine, but they're missing something.
All right.
They can handle like basic tasks,
Okay.
but they struggle with the really fine-grained details, like understanding those subtle facial expressions or the spatial relationships between objects in a scene.
Okay.
And they're not so great at like putting it all together, connecting those visual details with language to understand the bigger picture.
So they're missing the top and bottom layers of the cookie.
Right.
The crunch and the creamy filling that make it like a whole experience.
Yeah, exactly.
How does Qwen2.5-VL fill in those missing pieces?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Qwen2.5-VL aims to be the whole cookie.
Whoa.
It tackles those missing layers by incorporating some really innovative approaches. One key innovation is how it handles resolution and scale.
Okay.
Images and videos come in like all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
But Qwen2.5-VL adapts to those original dimensions.
Okay.
Instead of resizing everything to a standard format.
So it's not just seeing a car and a cat in a photo.
Right.
It's understanding that the car is actually like much bigger than the cat.
Exactly.
Even if they appear the same size in the image.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever.
And it does the same thing with frame rates in videos.
Wow.
It's trained on a diverse set of videos with like various frame rates, which helps it understand the actual timing of events, not just the order of frames.
That's a huge step forward in video understanding because it means the AI can actually like pinpoint specific moments.
Right.
Even in a video that's hours long.
Exactly.
You could literally ask it to find the exact moment a character says a certain line or a specific action happens.
Precisely.
And it goes beyond just understanding what's happening.
Okay.
It can also ground objects in the visual scene. Imagine pointing to an object in an image and asking, what is this? Qwen2.5-VL can actually locate and identify specific objects.
Wow.
Using precise coordinates.
Okay.
Almost like it's pointing its finger along with you.
So it's not just matching keywords anymore.
No.
It's actually seeing and understanding the spatial relationships between objects.
That's a game changer for things like robotics and self-driving cars.
Absolutely.
And all of this wouldn't be possible without a massive amount of data to train the AI on. Qwen2.5-VL was trained on a data set of 4 trillion tokens.
Whoa.
That's trillion with a T.
Yeah, that's a lot of data.
We're talking about everything from image factions and text-image pairs to documents, videos, and even data that simulates how we interact with computers and smartphones.
That's mind-blowing.
They're really going all in on this idea of an AI that can not just understand, but actually interact with the digital world. But I'm curious about this whole document superpower thing. What makes Qwen2.5-VL so special when it comes to documents?
Well, this is where Qwen2.5-VL really sets itself apart.
Okay.
It's not just about basic optical character recognition or OCR, which most AL use to read text from images.
Right.
Qwen2.5-VL can analyze and interpret entire documents.
Right.
Understanding layouts.
Okay.
Extracting information from tables and charts.
Right.
And even deciphering chemical formulas and music sheets.
Hold on, music sheets.
Yeah.
Chemical formulas. That's next level stuff.
It is.
How does it make sense of all those different elements?
Well, they've developed this special format called Qwen2.5-VL HTML.
So
think of it as like a universal language that represents all these document elements, text, images, charts, everything.
Okay.
In a structured way.
Right.
It's like giving the AI an instruction manual for how to read and understand any document you threw at it.
So it's like teaching the AI to not just read the words on a page.
Right.
But to understand the meaning behind them based on the context of the entire document.
Yeah.
That's a huge leap forward in AI comprehension.
It really is.
And it goes even further than that. Remember those fine-grained visual tasks we talked about?
Yeah.
2.5-VL uses them to do what's called object grounding.
Okay.
Imagine you ask the AI, where's the cat in this picture?
Uh-huh.
With object grounding, it wouldn't just say there's a cat.
Right.
It could actually point to the cat's exact location in the image using precise coordinates.
Wow.
And it can do this for multiple objects, even count how many there are.
So it's like the AI is actually looking at the image and understanding the spatial relationships between objects.
Right.
Not just matching keywords.
It's starting to sound a lot like how we see and understand the world.
Exactly.
And it's not just about identifying objects. It can understand their actual size and position in relation to other objects in the image.
Right.
Thanks to the use of absolute coordinates.
This is amazing.
It's like giving AI true spatial awareness that has to be crucial for so many real-world applications. We're talking about everything from self-driving cars that can navigate complex environments to robots that can assist with delicate tasks.
Exactly.
And speaking of real-world applications, remember those long videos we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Well, Qwen2.5-VL doesn't just understand them. It can actually process videos that are hours long.
Hours?
Seriously. How on earth does it manage that?
Well, it goes back to that absolute time encoding we discussed earlier.
Okay.
The AI can understand not just the order of events, but also their duration down to the second.
So it's like it has an internal clock
Yeah.
that's synchronized with the video's timeline.
Exactly.
This allows it to pinpoint specific event segments within those hours of footage.
That's incredible.
Imagine being able to search through security footage or sporting events with that level of precision. It would revolutionize everything from law enforcement to sports analysis.
Absolutely.
And all of this incredible technology isn't just theoretical.
Right.
They put Qwen2.5-VL through rigorous testing on a whole battery of industry benchmarks to see how it stacks up against the competition.
So they didn't just build this amazing AI and say, trust us, it works.
Right.
They actually put it to the test.
What kind of benchmarks are we talking about, and how did it fare?
They tested it on a wide range of tasks.
Okay.
From college-level problem-solving and complex math equations to general visual question answering, and even document understanding and OCR tasks.
Okay.
And get this.
All right.
Qwen2.5-VL consistently performed at or above the level of industry giants like GPT-4o and Claude.
Wow, so it's not just keeping up with the big players.
Right.
It's actually exceeding them in some areas. That's a pretty major accomplishment for a newcomer to the scene.
It is.
And what's particularly impressive is how it excelled in tasks involving documents and diagrams. Remember that Qwen2.5-VL HTML format we talked about?
Yeah.
It seems to be giving Qwen2.5-VL a real edge in those areas.
It does.
Okay, I'm officially blown away by all this impressive tech and benchmark-busting performance. But let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
What does this all actually mean for the average person? How will Qwen2.5-VL impact our everyday life?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
It means we're on the cusp of a revolution in how AI can understand and interact with the visual world.
Okay.
We're moving beyond simple image recognition towards true visual comprehension, and the potential applications are vast, touching everything from healthcare and education to entertainment and how we interact with our devices.
Okay, hold on. Let's unpack some of those potential applications.
Right.
You mentioned healthcare.
Yeah.
How could Qwen2.5-VL revolutionize that field?
Imagine an AI that can analyze medical scans, like X-rays or MRIs, with incredible detail and accuracy, potentially even surpassing the most experienced radiologists.
So it could help detect tumors or other abnormalities that might be missed by the human eye.
Right.
leading to earlier diagnoses and potentially saving lives.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It could also personalize treatment plans by analyzing a patient's unique anatomy and medical history, leading to more effective and targeted therapies.
That's incredible.
What about education?
Okay.
How could Qwen2.5-VL transform the way we learn? Think about interactive textbooks that come alive.
Okay.
Adapting to your individual learning style and providing personalized feedback.
So it's not just about rote memorization or passive learning.
Right.
It's about creating immersive and engaging educational experiences that cater to each individual's needs.
Precisely.
And let's not forget about entertainment. Qwen2.5-VL could revolutionize how we watch and interact with video content. Imagine searching your entire video library for specific moments, characters, or even emotions.
Okay.
Or think about creating personalized highlight reels of your favorite movies and TV shows.
It would be like having a personal AI assistant that curates your entertainment experience, tailoring it to your specific tastes and preferences.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
But let's not get too carried away with all the excitement.
Okay.
It's important to remember that with any powerful technology,
right,
there are potential downsides and challenges to consider. We need to be mindful of things like data privacy and security, and ensure that this technology is used responsibly.
That's a crucial point as AI becomes more integrated into our lives. It's essential that we prioritize ethical considerations and ensure that it benefits humanity as a whole.
But for now, let's revel in the incredible potential of Qwen2.5-VL. And the glimpse it offers into the future of AI.
I agree. This is just the beginning of a very exciting journey.
Okay.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
all right,
let's take a closer look at the specific data that went into training this powerful AI.
Okay.
After all, data is the fuel that powers AI. And understanding what went into Qwen2.5-VL's training can give us even deeper insights into its capabilities.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity.
All right.
Let's dive into that massive 4 trillion token data set and see what went into making this AI so remarkably intelligent.
Sounded.
Okay.
Remember that sandwich cookie analogy from the report?
Yeah.
Well, the bottom layer of that cookie, the one that's all about those fine-grained visual tasks, is where the training data gets really interesting. They used a combination of publicly available data sets and their own proprietary data, meticulously collected and curated to train Qwen2.5-VL on a variety of incredibly detailed visual tasks.
Okay, you got my attention.
All right.
Give me some examples of the kinds of tasks they focused on.
Well, think about things like identifying specific objects in an image.
Okay.
Even when those objects are partially obscured or blended into the background.
Imagine being able to spot a chameleon camouflaged in a tree or a cat hiding under a blanket. That's impressive.
It is.
It sounds like they're really pushing the boundaries of what AI can perceive.
Exactly.
They also trained it to understand the spatial relationships between objects.
Right.
So it can not only identify objects, but also understand their position and size relative to each other. And that's where those absolute coordinates come into play, right?
Yeah.
It's not just seeing that a cat is next to a ball.
Right.
It's understanding the actual physical dimensions and distances between those objects.
That's right. They trained Qwen2.5-VL on data that included the actual dimensions of objects in images, not just their relative size or position.
Okay.
This allows the AI to have a much more realistic and accurate understanding of the visual world. Almost like it's seeing through human eyes rather than a computer camera.
That's fascinating.
It is.
It makes you wonder if we're getting closer to creating AI that perceives the world as richly and nuanced as we do. But what about those document superpowers we talked about?
Okay.
What kind of data did they use to train Qwen2.5-VL to understand and interpret documents with such incredible accuracy?
They created a massive data set of documents that included a wide variety of elements. Text tables, charts, diagrams, even chemical formulas and musical scores. They really threw everything at it, including handwritten documents and documents with complex layouts and formatting.
Wow, that's a lot of information to process.
It is.
How do they even begin to organize and structure all that data?
Right.
It must have been an enormous undertaking.
Well, they used that innovative Qwen2.5-VL HTML format we talked about earlier.
Okay.
It allowed them to represent all these different document elements in a standardized way. So the AI could learn to understand the relationships between them.
Okay.
It's like teaching the AI to read a blueprint for a building. It needs to understand not just the individual symbols and lines,
right,
but also how they all fit together to create the overall structure.
That's a brilliant analogy.
Yeah.
They were basically giving the AI a crash course in document design and information architecture. But what about videos? How did they train Qwen2.5-VL to understand those hours-long videos we talked about?
Right.
Was it just a matter of feeding it a ton of video data?
It was more than just quantity.
Okay.
It was also about quality and diversity. They used a diverse data set of videos ranging from short clips to feature-length films.
Okay.
And they didn't just focus on the visual content. They also included audio transcripts and captions to help the AI understand the spoken language and context of the scenes.
So they were essentially teaching the AI to watch and listen to videos the way humans do.
Yeah.
Using both visual and auditory information to make sense of the content.
Exactly.
They paid close attention to the temporal dynamics of the videos, using that absolute time encoding we discussed earlier to help the AI grasp the timing and duration of events.
Right.
It's like they gave the AI a sense of time and rhythm, allowing it to understand the flow of events in a video just as we do.
That's incredible.
It sounds like they were going to great lengths to create a training experience that mimicked how humans learn and understand the world. But you mentioned something earlier that sparked my curiosity.
Okay.
Synthetic data.
Yeah.
Why would they use computer-generated data to train an AI that's supposed to understand the real world?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Real-world data can be messy and unpredictable.
Right.
Which can make it challenging to train AI models on certain tasks.
Okay.
Synthetic data allows you to create very specific scenarios and control all the variables, which can be helpful for training AI to perform very specific tasks or to overcome limitations in the availability of real-world data.
So it's like creating a virtual training ground where the AI can practice its skills in a controlled environment.
Right.
Before being unleashed on the complexities of the real world.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
They use a combination of real-world and synthetic data to cover all their bases.
Ensuring that Qwen2.5-VL had a well-rounded education in visual understanding.
That makes perfect sense.
It does.
But amidst all this data collection and algorithm training, did they consider the ethical implications of creating such a powerful AI? Did they take steps to ensure that the data was balanced and representative of the real world to avoid creating an AI that perpetuates societal biases?
That's a crucial consideration.
Yeah.
And it seems they were very mindful of it.
Okay.
They went to great lengths to ensure that the data was balanced and representative, avoiding biases towards certain types of objects, scenes, or events.
Okay.
They understood the responsibility that comes with creating such a powerful technology and took steps to ensure that it would benefit humanity as a whole.
That's reassuring to hear.
Yeah, it is.
It's a reminder that even with all the impressive technical advancements, we need to prioritize ethical considerations and responsible AI development to ensure that this technology is used for good.
It's a continuous process.
Yeah.
And as we develop even more sophisticated AI systems, we need to be vigilant in addressing potential biases and ensuring fairness and equity in their design and deployment.
Well said.
This deep dive into the training data has really given me a new appreciation for the complexity and nuance of AI development.
It is complex.
It's not just about algorithms and data sets. It's about understanding the human element, the way we perceive and learn, and ensuring that AI reflects those values.
I agree. It's about creating AI that works in harmony with humanity.
Right.
Augmenting our abilities and helping us to create a better world.
That's a beautiful vision for the future of AI.
It is.
But now that we've covered the basics of Qwen2.5-VL and its training data, let's move on to some of the more advanced capabilities that make this AI so unique and powerful.
All right.
Are you ready to dive into the world of document superpowers and ultra-long video understanding?
Absolutely. Let's explore how Qwen2.5-VL is pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. Okay, so are you ready to have your mind blown by some serious document superpowers?
I think so. Hit me.
One of the things that sets Qwen2.5-VL apart is its ability to go way beyond like simple OCR.
Okay.
You know, which is what most AI use to just read text from images.
Okay, we touched on this earlier.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to delve deeper.
Okay.
What makes Qwen2.5-VL so different when it comes to handling handling documents.
It's not just reading the words.
Okay.
It's actually like analyzing and interpreting the entire document. Think about understanding the layout, extracting information from tables and charts, even deciphering complex stuff like chemical formulas or musical scores.
Wait, musical scores?
Yeah.
So you're telling me this AI can look at sheet music and understand the melody?
It can.
That's insane.
It really is.
Wow.
And it all comes down to that special Qwen2.5-VL HTML format we talked about earlier.
Okay.
It's like giving the AI a blueprint, a guide to understanding how all the elements in a document relate to each other.
So it's not just reading the notes on the sheet music.
Right.
It's understanding the rhythm.
Yeah.
The harmony, the whole composition. That's a level of musical comprehension I never thought an AI could achieve.
And get this.
Okay.
In their testing, Qwen2.5-VL actually outperformed some of the leading commercial OCR software packages on a variety of document understanding tasks.
Okay.
It's not just a research project. It's already showing real-world potential.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I can already see how this could be a game changer for so many fields. Think about lawyers sifting through mountains of legal documents.
Right.
Or researchers analyzing complex scientific papers. This could save them countless hours of tedious work.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about efficiency.
Right.
This kind of deep document understanding could also help us uncover hidden patterns and insights that we might have missed with just our human eyes.
Exactly.
So it's not just automating tasks. It's augmenting our own intelligence and understanding, helping us see things in new ways.
That's what really excites me about AI, that potential for collaboration and discovery.
Exactly.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about those ultra-long videos we keep mentioning.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Qwen2.5-VL's ability to handle videos that are hours long is truly groundbreaking.
We've talked about it conceptually, but I'm eager to dive into the specifics.
Okay.
How does Qwen2.5-VL actually manage to process such massive amounts of video data? Most AI struggle with videos longer than a few minutes.
Well, it all boils down to a few key factors. First, there's that enormous 4 trillion token data set, which includes a vast amount of video data. That gives Qwen2.5-VL a broad foundation to work with.
Right. It's like giving a child a huge library of books to read.
Yeah.
The more they read, the more they learn and understand about the world.
Exactly.
Then there's that ingenious absolute time encoding we discussed earlier. This allows the AI to understand not just the order of events in a video, but also their precise timing and duration.
So it's not just seeing a series of frames. It's understanding the flow of time within the video, almost like it has its own internal stopwatch.
Exactly.
And finally, there's that powerful vision transformer we touched on earlier. It analyzes video frames with incredible detail and accuracy, capturing the nuances of motion and change over time.
So it's like having a team of expert video editors working tirelessly to dissect and analyze every single frame, but at lightning speed.
That's a great way to put it.
Wow.
When you combine all these factors, you get an AI that can not only watch and understand videos that are hours long, but also pinpoint specific moments and events within those videos. Imagine asking it to show you the exact moment when a character says a certain line or a specific action happens, and it instantly finds it for you.
That would be amazing.
It would.
Think about how transformative that could be for everything from security footage analysis to sports coaching. You could analyze hours of footage in seconds, identifying key moments and patterns that would be impossible for a human to spot.
Exactly.
It's not just about finding specific moments, though. Qwen2.5-VL can also identify and track multiple characters and objects throughout a video, understand the relationships between them, and even summarize the plot of the video in natural language.
Wait, so you're telling me this AI could watch a movie and then write a synopsis of the plot? That's incredible.
It is.
It sounds like it's almost on par with human comprehension.
Right. It's really pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible with AI, and the potential applications are mind-boggling. Imagine personalized education videos that adapt to your learning style, security systems that can detect suspicious activities with unprecedented accuracy.
Or even interactive entertainment experiences that respond to your emotions in real time.
Okay, now you're really blowing my mind.
Yeah.
It sounds like science fiction, but it's becoming reality right before our eyes.
It is.
But as we've discussed before, with great power comes great responsibility. It's crucial that we develop and deploy this technology ethically, ensuring that it benefits humanity as a whole and doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential risks and benefits of AI. As it becomes more sophisticated and integrated into our lives, we need to prioritize transparency, accountability, and fairness in its development and deployment.
Well said. It's a reminder that while we celebrate these incredible advancements, we also need to approach them with a sense of caution and a commitment to using them for good.
I agree.
But for now, let's shift our focus back to the technical marvel that is Qwen2.5-VL.
Okay.
We've heard about its impressive capabilities.
Right.
But how does it actually stack up against the competition? How does its performance compare to other leading AI models?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And the results are pretty astounding.
Okay.
As we mentioned earlier, Qwen2.5-VL has been put through a battery of industry benchmark tests. And it consistently performs at or above the level of industry giants like GPT-4o and Claude.
That's incredible, especially considering that it's a relatively new player in the field.
It is.
It speaks to the ingenuity and innovation of the team behind Qwen2.5-VL.
It does.
But let's dive into the specifics.
Okay.
What were some of the benchmarks they tested it on, and how did it perform in each area?
They tested it on a wide range of tasks to assess its capabilities across different domains. For example, they used the MMU benchmark, which evaluates a model's ability to solve college-level problems across various subjects.
Okay.
Qwen2.5-VL 72B, the largest version of the model, achieved a score of 70.2, which is very impressive.
And on the MMMU Pro benchmark, which is even more challenging, it scored 51.1, even surpassing GPT-4o on that particular benchmark.
That's right.
That's a significant achievement.
It is.
But what about those math equations? We've heard that Qwen2.5-VL excels at math.
It does.
How did it perform on those tests?
It blew the competition out of the water.
Whoa.
On the Math Vista benchmark, Qwen2.5-VL 72B achieved the highest score ever recorded on that benchmark.
Wow.
A whopping 74.8.
Seriously.
And on the Math Vision benchmark, it scored a very respectable 38.1.
Okay.
On the Math First benchmark, it achieved an unbeatenly impressive score of 57.6.
So it's safe to say that Qwen2.5-VL is a math whiz.
It is.
Wow, those are some seriously impressive scores.
Yeah, they are.
It seems like Qwen2.5-VL has a real knack for numbers.
It does.
But what about those visual understanding tasks we talked about earlier?
Okay.
How did it perform on benchmarks that assess its ability to comprehend and interpret visual information?
It excelled in those areas as well. On the MBenchN benchmark, which evaluates a model's overall visual understanding capabilities, Qwen2.5-VL 72B achieved a score of 88.6, slightly edging out the previous best score of 88.3.
Wow.
And on the MN-STAR benchmark, which focuses on more complex visual reasoning tasks, it scored a very respectable 70.8. On the MURBench benchmark, it achieved a leading score of 70.7.
Okay, so it's clear that Qwen2.5-VL is not just a one-trick pony.
Right.
It's a versatile visual comprehension powerhouse.
It is.
Those scores are truly remarkable.
They are.
It seems like Qwen2.5-VL is holding its own against the top contenders in the visual understanding arena. But what about document understanding and OCR? We've heard so much about its document superpowers. Did those translate into strong benchmark results?
Absolutely. On the OCR benchmark, Qwen2.5-VL scored a remarkable 885.
Oh, wow.
Significantly surpassing the score achieved by Intern VL 2.578B.
Okay.
Another leading vision language model.
Okay.
And on the OCR Bench V2 benchmark, it achieved scores of 61.5 and 63.7 on the English and Chinese tracks, respectively, demonstrating its ability to handle multiple languages with ease.
Wow, it's clearly outperforming the competition in that area.
Yeah, it is.
But what about those video understanding tasks?
Okay.
We've talked about its ability to process hours-long videos.
Right.
But did that translate into strong performance on the benchmarks?
You bet it did.
Okay.
On the LD Bench benchmark, which specifically evaluates long-form video understanding, Qwen2.5-VL 72B achieved a score of 47.3.
Okay.
Significantly surpassing the score achieved by GPT-4o.
Wow.
And on the charade stat benchmark, which evaluates video grounding capabilities, it achieved an IOU score of 50.9.
Okay.
Also outperforming GPT-4o on this task.
Okay, so it's safe to say that Qwen2.5-VL is a true all-around champion when it comes to AI benchmarks.
It is.
It's excelling at everything from math and language understanding to visual and video analysis. It's really remarkable to see a new model come out of the gate and perform at such a high level across such a diverse range of tasks.
It really is. And what makes it even more remarkable is that it's an open source model.
Okay.
This means that the research community and developers worldwide have access to the code and can build upon it, further accelerating innovation in this field.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
The open source nature of Qwen2.5-VL is a testament to the collaborative spirit of the AI community and its commitment to advancing this technology for the benefit of everyone.
It is.
It also makes it more likely that the potential benefits of Qwen2.5-VL will be widely shared and not just concentrated in the hands of a few powerful companies.
Exactly. It's a model for responsible AI development.
Right.
And a beacon of hope for a future where AI is accessible and beneficial to all.
But as we celebrate these impressive benchmarks and the open source nature of Qwen2.5-VL, it's important to remember that this technology is still in its early stages of development. We've only just begun to scratch the surface of its potential.
That's true. It's exciting to think about the possibilities that lie ahead.
Yeah.
As researchers and developers continue to explore and refine this groundbreaking technology.
But let's step back for a moment and consider the bigger picture. We've talked a lot about the technical details and benchmarks. But what are the broader implications of Qwen2.5-VL?
Right.
How do you see this technology impacting our world in the years to come?
That's the question that keeps me up at night.
Right.
The development of advanced AI, like Qwen2.5-VL, has the potential to reshape our world in profound ways.
Okay.
It's not just about automating tasks or making things more efficient.
Right.
It's about fundamentally changing the way we interact with information, technology, and even each other.
You're right. We've touched on some potential applications in healthcare, education, and entertainment. But it goes beyond specific industry.
Right.
This kind of AI could change the very fabric of our society.
Exactly. Imagine a world where AI can help us solve some of the most pressing challenges facing humanity.
Okay.
Like climate change, poverty, and disease. Think about AI-powered systems that can analyze massive data sets to identify patterns and solutions.
Okay.
That would be impossible for humans to discern on their own.
That's a hopeful vision for the future.
It is.
One where AI empowers us to tackle global challenges and create a more sustainable and equitable world.
Yeah.
But, as we've discussed before, there's always the flip side to consider.
Right.
As AI becomes more powerful, it's natural to worry about the potential risks and unintended consequences.
I share your concerns.
Okay.
It's crucial that we approach these advancements with a balanced perspective, acknowledging both the potential benefits and risks.
Okay.
We need to be proactive in anticipating and mitigating potential harm, ensuring that AI is developed and deployed in a way that aligns with our values and serves humanity as a whole.
Well said. It's a reminder that we're not just passive observers in this technological revolution.
Right.
We're active participants shaping the future of AI with our choices and actions.
Exactly.
But for now, let's focus on the positive.
Okay.
Qwen2.5-VL is a remarkable achievement. A testament to human ingenuity and our boundless capacity for innovation.
It is.
It's a glimpse into a future where AI can be a powerful force for good, helping us to solve problems, unlock new possibilities, and create a better world for everyone.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
It is.
And I can't wait to see what the future holds for AI and humanity. But before we get too carried away with our futuristic visions, let's bring it back down to earth and explore one final aspect of Qwen2.5-VL.
Okay, what's next on our AI adventure?
We've talked a lot about how Qwen2.5-VL can understand and interact with the world around us. But what about its own internal world? What can we learn from the specific data that was used to train this powerful AI?
That's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
I'm always curious to peek behind the curtain and see what makes these AI systems tick. What can you tell us about the data that shaped Qwen2.5-VL's intelligence?
It's a treasure trove of insights.
Okay.
Remember that sandwich cookie analogy from earlier?
Yeah.
Well, the bottom layer, the one that's all about those fine-grained visual tasks, is where the training data gets really interesting.
Okay.
They used a combination of publicly available data sets and their own proprietary data,
Okay.
which they meticulously collected and curated to train Qwen2.5-VL on a wide range of intricate visual challenges.
Okay, you've got my attention.
All right.
Give me some examples of the kinds of tasks they focused on.
Okay.
What were they trying to teach Qwen2.5-VL to see and understand?
Think about things like identifying specific objects in an image.
Okay.
Even when those objects are partially obscured or blended into the background. Imagine being able to spot a chameleon perfectly camouflaged in a tree.
Okay.
Or a cat hiding under a blanket, its form barely discernible.
That's impressive.
It is.
It sounds like they were really pushing the boundaries of what AI can perceive.
Exactly.
They also trained it to understand the spatial relationships between objects.
Right.
So it can not only identify objects, but also understand their position and size relative to each other. It's not just seeing that a cat is next to a ball.
Right.
It's understanding the actual physical dimensions and distances between those objects.
That's right.
And that's where those absolute coordinates come into play, right?
Yeah.
It's like giving the AI a ruler and a tape measure, allowing it to measure and understand the physical world just as we do.
They trained Qwen2.5-VL on data that included the actual dimensions of objects in images, not just their relative size or position.
Okay.
This allows the AI to have a much more realistic and accurate understanding of the visual world, almost like it's seeing through human eyes rather than a computer camera.
That's fascinating.
It is.
It makes you wonder if we're getting closer to creating AI that perceives the world as richly and nuanced as we do. But what about those document superpowers we talked about?
Okay.
What kind of data did they use to train Q25VL to understand and interpret documents with such incredible accuracy?
They created a massive data set of documents encompassing a wide variety of elements.
Okay.
Text tables, charts, diagrams, even chemical formulas and musical scores.
Wow.
They truly threw everything at it.
Okay.
Including handwritten documents and documents with complex layouts and formatting.
Wow, that's an incredible amount of information to process.
It is.
How do they even begin to organize and structure all that data?
Right.
It must be an enormous undertaking.
Well, they use that innovative Qwen2.5-VL HTML format we discussed earlier.
Okay.
It allowed them to represent all those different document elements in a standardized way, so the AI could learn to understand the relationships between them.
Okay.
It's like teaching the AI to read a blueprint for a building. It needs to understand not just the individual symbols and lines, but also how they all fit together to create the overall structure.
That's a brilliant analogy.
It is.
They were basically giving the AI a crash course in document design and information architecture. But what about videos?
Okay.
How did they train Qwen2.5-VL to understand those hours-long videos we talked about? Was it just a matter of feeding it a ton of video data?
It was more than just quantity.
Okay.
It was also about quality and diversity. They used a diverse data set of videos ranging from short clips to feature-length films.
Okay.
And they didn't just focus on the visual content. They also included audio transcripts and captions to help the AI understand the spoken language and context of the scenes.
So they were essentially teaching the AI to watch and listen to videos the way humans do.
Right.
Using both visual and auditory information to make sense of the content.
Yeah.
It's like they were immersing it in a world of multimedia, allowing it to learn and adapt.
Precisely.
They paid close attention to the temporal dynamics of the videos, using that absolute time encoding we discussed earlier to help the AI grasp the timing and duration of events.
Right.
It's like they gave the AI a sense of time and rhythm. Allowing it to understand the flow of events in a video just as we do.
That's incredible.
It sounds like they were going to great lengths to create a training experience that mimicked how humans learn and understand the world.
Right.
But you mentioned something earlier that struck my curiosity.
Okay.
Synthetic data.
Yeah.
Why would they use computer-generated data to train an AI that's supposed to understand the real world?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Real-world data can be messy and unpredictable.
Right.
Which can make it challenging to train AI models on certain tasks. Synthetic data allows you to create very specific scenarios and control all the variables, which can be helpful for training AI to perform very specific tasks or to overcome limitations in the availability of real-world data.
So it's like creating a virtual training ground where the AI can practice its skills in a controlled environment before being unleashed on the complexities of the real world.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
They used a combination of real-world and synthetic data to cover all their bases, ensuring that Qwen2.5-VL had a well-rounded education in visual understanding.
That makes perfect sense. It's like a balanced diet for the AI brain.
It is.
But amidst all this data collection and algorithm training, did they consider the ethical implications of creating such a powerful AI?
Yeah, that's crucial.
Did they take steps to ensure that the data was balanced and representative of the real world?
Right.
To avoid creating an AI that perpetuates societal biases?
That's a crucial consideration, and it seems they were very mindful of it. They went to great lengths to ensure that the data was balanced and representative, avoiding biases towards certain types of objects, scenes, or events.
Okay.
They understood the responsibility that comes with creating such a powerful technology and took steps to ensure that it would benefit humanity as a whole.
That's reassuring to hear.
Yeah, it is.
It's a reminder that even with all the impressive technical advancements, we need to prioritize ethical considerations and responsible AI development to ensure that this technology is used for good.
Absolutely.
It's a continuous process.
It is.
And as we develop even more sophisticated AI systems, we need to be vigilant in addressing potential biases and ensuring fairness and equity in their design and deployment.
Well said.
This deep dive into the training data has really given me a new appreciation for the complexity and nuance of AI development.
It is complex.
It's not just about algorithms and data sets.
Right.
It's about understanding the human element, the way we perceive and learn, and ensuring that AI reflects those values.
I agree. It's about creating AI that works in harmony with humanity, augmenting our abilities and helping us to create a better world.
That's a beautiful vision for the future of AI.
It is.
But now that we've covered the basics of Qwen2.5-VL and its training data, let's move on to some of the more advanced capabilities that make this AI so unique and powerful.
All right.
Are you ready to dive into the world of document superpowers and ultra-long video understanding?
Absolutely. Let's explore how Qwen2.5-VL is pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Okay, so we've spent this deep dive unpacking the incredible capabilities of Qwen2.5-VL, from its document decoding prowess to its mastery of ultra-long videos.
Right.
But before we wrap up, I want to touch on one more crucial aspect.
Okay.
The potential impact of this technology on our lives and the world around us.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's easy to get caught up in the technical details.
Right.
But ultimately, the real value of any technology lies in its ability to, improve our lives and solve real-world problems.
Exactly. So where do you see Qwen2.5-VL making the biggest difference? What are some of the areas where its unique capabilities could truly shine?
Well, the potential applications are vast, spanning a wide range of fields and industries. Let's start with healthcare.
Okay.
An area where AI is already making significant inroads.
Right.
Imagine a world where Qwen2.5-VL can analyze medical images with superhuman accuracy, assisting doctors in making faster and more precise diagnoses.
So it could help detect subtle abnormalities that might be missed by the human eye, leading to earlier detection of diseases and potentially saving lives.
Exactly.
It could also personalize treatment plans by analyzing a patient's unique anatomy and medical history, leading to more effective therapies and better outcomes.
That's incredible. It sounds like Qwen2.5-VL could revolutionize healthcare, making it more personalized, efficient, and effective.
Absolutely. But the potential impact goes far beyond healthcare.
Okay.
Let's take education, for example.
Okay.
Imagine interactive textbooks that come alive, adapting to each student's individual learning style, and providing personalized feedback.
So it's not just about rote memorization or passive learning anymore.
Right.
It's about creating truly engaging and customized learning experiences that cater to every student's unique needs and abilities.
Precisely.
And think about language learning apps that analyze your pronunciation and provide real-time corrections based on visual cues, helping you master a new language more quickly and effectively.
Those are just a few examples.
Right.
But it's clear that 2.5VL has the potential to transform education, making it more accessible, personalized, and engaging for learners of all ages and backgrounds.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the entertainment industry.
Right.
Qwen2.5-VL could revolutionize how we watch and interact with video content. Imagine being able to search your entire video library for specific moments, characters, or even emotions. Instantly accessing the content you want without having to scrub through hours of footage.
That would be amazing.
It would
completely change the way we consume media, making it more interactive, personalized, and engaging.
And think about the possibilities for content creation.
Yeah.
Qwen2.5-VL could assist filmmakers and video editors in creating more immersive and compelling experiences, analyzing footage to identify key moments, suggest edits, and even generate special effects.
It sounds like Qwen2.5-VL could be a game changer for the entire entertainment industry.
It does, right.
From production to consumption.
Absolutely, but let's not limit our imagination to specific industries. Think about the broader impact on our daily life. Imagine a world where our devices seamlessly understand and respond to our needs. Anticipating our actions. And providing us with the information and assistance we require at the right time. And in the right context.
So our devices become true extensions of ourselves. Seamlessly integrated into our lives and helping us to navigate the world around us more effectively.
Exactly. And think about the potential for accessibility. Qwen2.5-VL could empower people with disabilities by providing them with new ways to interact with technology and the world around them.
That's a powerful vision for the future.
It is. It's exciting to think about the ways Qwen2.5-VL could improve our lives. And empower us to do things we never thought possible.
I agree. But amidst all this excitement, it's crucial to remember that we're not just passive observers in this technological revolution. We're active participants, shaping the future of AI with our choices and actions.
You're right. As with any powerful tool, it's essential to wield it with care and foresight. We need to be aware of the potential risks, such as the potential for job displacement, or the misuse of AI for malicious purposes, and take steps to mitigate them.
Absolutely. It's crucial to engage in open and honest conversations about these challenges, involving experts from diverse fields, including ethics law and social sciences, to ensure that AI is developed and deployed in a way that aligns with our values and benefits society as a whole.
That's a great point. We need to ensure that the development and deployment of AI is guided by ethical principles. And that we prioritize transparency, accountability, and fairness in its design and use.
Exactly. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about the values we embed in it and the choices we make about how we use it. It's a collective responsibility, and it's one that we all need to take seriously.
Well said. This deep dive into the potential impact of Qwen2.5-VL has been truly illuminating.
It has.
It's a reminder that we're living in extraordinary times. Witnessing the birth of technologies that have the power to fundamentally reshape our world.
It's a time of both immense opportunity and significant responsibility. It's up to us to ensure that we harness the power of AI for good, creating a future where it empowers humanity and helps us to build a better world for everyone.
That's a beautiful vision for the future.
Yeah.
One that I hope we can all strive to achieve.
I agree.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about Qwen2.5-VL in this deep dive.
We have.
It's been an incredible journey exploring the intricacies of this groundbreaking technology and its potential impact on our world.
I agree. It's been a fascinating conversation.
It has.
And I hope our listeners have enjoyed it as much as we have.
I'm sure they have. But before we sign off, I want to encourage everyone to continue exploring and learning about AI.
Yeah, it's a rapidly evolving field.
It is.
And there's always something new to discover.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Challenge assumptions. And engage in critical thinking.
The future of AI is in our hands.
It is.
And it's up to all of us to shape it in a way that benefits humanity.
Well said. And with that inspiring thought, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive into the world of Q.5-VL.
Sounds good. Thanks for guiding us through this fascinating exploration.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey.
Yeah, we hope you found it as informative and thought-provoking as we did.
If you'd like to learn more about Q.5-VL, be sure to check out the links in the show notes. And as always, feel free to share your thoughts and questions with us on social media. We always love hearing from our listeners. listeners.
We do.
Until next time, keep exploring,
Yeah.
keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
See you next time.